Retirement income planning is a very involved subject. And I think there's a lot of skills that are required to help to make sure that a client can achieve the goals that they want and to be able to really be able to sleep at night. I think that we spend our whole lifetime accumulating assets and building up various pots of money, government benefits, assets, real estate, and then how do we comfortably decumulate those assets without losing sleep, worrying about, a lot of people have anxiety about spending this pot of money that they've accumulated their entire career. So when we work together, what we do is we tally up all of the resources that they have to decumulate in retirement. Then we figure out the most tax efficient ways to actually utilize this pot of money. It may not be that it's a pot of money, it could be just government benefits, it could be a variety of different things. And sometimes there's 15 different sources of money that's coming in retirement, between Canada Pension, Old Age Security, employment pensions, and then retirement savings that they've accumulated themselves. So it could be tax-free savings accounts. So it involves a bit of planning and a bit of layering to create the flow of money to create that income stream. And in retirement, there is sort of 3 distinct phases of retirement. And so we have to make sure that we have enough resources for all 3 phases. And typically the first phase is when retirees are their most active. They may be having grand plans for travel, various hobbies that they maybe want to do, or some volunteering. And so often that portion of their retirement is quite costly. So they may have a pot of money that they've established that's sort of their bucket list pot of money to spend on those, the Mediterranean cruise, or to build that garage that they may want to have for their retirement hobbies. So we want to make sure that they've got enough money for those things, but not having them stressing about running out of money for the later phases. So the second phase of retirement is the phase where they often are a little bit more housebound. They're not as active. They may sort of slow down their lifestyle a little bit. And so that doesn't often require as much money for sometimes the first phase. And then the third phase is with Canadians living longer than they ever have. We often sometimes need in-home medical care, or we need to be in some sort of a long-term care facility. So those kinds of expenses can be extremely expensive, so we have to plan for that as well. And that can be done through saving of assets, or it can be an insurance protection that you build in place or put in place to protect that risk. When planning the decumulation of your retirement assets, there's a lot of different sources of those assets, and so we want to make sure that we coordinate the sources of assets to make sure that it's tax efficient, making sure that the assets that are invested are in vehicles that are tax efficient as well. We also want to make sure that we take advantage of any tax savings or by income splitting, or by taking advantage of the pension tax credits and things that are available to Canadians. So it's important that all of those little strategies and possibilities are uncovered and maximized. So it's important that as a financial advisor, they're aware of all of the bits and pieces to make sure that we are utilizing everything that's available at our disposal.